Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a comedy drama film called How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies from 2024. Enjoy your viewing. The film begins in a Thai cemetery during a national holiday when people visit the graves of their ancestors. An elderly woman, Amma, surrounded by her children and grandson M, prays at someone else's grave. She likes the place where she is. When the real relatives of the deceased appear, the children take the old woman away. They take her to her parents' grave. Her daughter So says that her mother will be buried next to her parents, but Amma insists that she wants a headstone in a nicer place, like the one where she just prayed. However, it would take a lot of money to buy this place. The wife and daughter of Kiang, the eldest son, did not come to the cemetery to pay their respects. Amma asks her grandson M to take his eyes off the phone and scatter flowers on the grave. The young man fulfills the task and simply pours the flowers out of the bag. The grandmother climbs the hill to show her grandson how to honor the ancestors, but falls down, disrupting the entire ceremony. Amma is taken to the hospital, where So stays with her. In the evening, the woman returns home. Her son is busy playing some games. So says that her grandmother has been diagnosed with an advanced form of cancer. She has no more than a year to live. However, Amma herself is not told the diagnosis. M takes the news indifferently. He has other concerns. He needs money for a new computer. After receiving a message from his cousin Mui, M goes to her to help her set up the TV. Mui, who was studying to be a nurse, changes diapers and takes care of her dying grandfather. When he dies, it turns out that he willed most of his property to Mui. M himself gets only a silver belt, and his other relatives get even less. A brilliant plan is born in the boy's head. After the funeral, he goes to another part of the city to visit his grandmother Amma. In front of her house, there is a pomegranate tree with each fruit neatly wrapped in a bag. Before knocking, he puts her grandmother's house up for sale. Amma is understandably surprised by her grandson's unexpected visit. To please his grandmother, he goes to the market to buy her favorite fried fish. However, because of the queue, the young man buys fish from another seller. The grandmother, being experienced, instantly recognizes the switch, forcing her cunning grandson to go back and stand in line honestly. When he returns, she has already eaten the first fish. Later, when he visits Mui, M learns that she has sold the house she inherited and moved to a hotel, where she works as an elevator operator. From her cousin, M learns that old people don't value gifts, but time spent together. Her grandchildren, who came by for 15 minutes a week, seemed like guests compared to Mui, who lived in her grandfather's house around the clock. M sells her computer to get startup capital for a planned scam, and moves in with her grandmother with her belongings, under the pretext of caring. Amma is wary of this surge of attention to her person. Then her grandson tells her about the diagnosis. The old woman takes the news calmly. At her age, death is always close by. She goes to bed quickly because she has to go to the market in the morning. M is not very happy about this routine, but he has to obey. In the morning, he sleepily turns off the alarm and is late for the market, where his grandmother sells snacks. He tries to help, although he has no idea what to do. Then they go to the bank with the stroller to deposit the proceeds. There, the grandmother refuses her grandson's help, preferring to trusted employee. It is Sunday morning. M wonders why the grandmother is so dressed up, but So, who has come to visit, explains that on this day the children visit their mother. He would have known that if he hadn't ignored these visits. During lunch, the grandmother confesses to the children that she knows about her diagnosis because M told her everything. After that, the whole family starts thinking about how to help grandma. So is transferred to night shifts so that he can take his mother to therapy during the day. During one of these sessions, in the pool, the guy asks her why she cares about all this. She replies that it is natural for a daughter to take care of her mother. When Amma finds out that her daughter is working at night for her, she wants to give up the treatments, which leads to a fight. To save the family from these difficulties, M volunteers to take his grandmother to the doctors himself. For the first visit, he takes his cousin Mui with him. At the hospital, the boy has to stand in line for a long time. When his grandmother undergoes chemotherapy, Mui tells his brother that next time he has to accompany her himself to earn points, in his grandmother's eyes, and get an inheritance. When M returns home, he helps his grandmother up the stairs to the bedroom, showing her how much he cares. There, she tells him that when he was little, he was afraid of ghosts and would come to bed with his grandfather, where Amma would sing him a special lullaby. At night, the boy woke up and was frightened to see his grandmother at the altar. She had a nightmare that her parents were coming for her. The grandson reassures his grandmother, saying that the disease will not break her. So that she doesn't have to climb the stairs again, he puts his grandmother to bed. The boy's care continues. He helps his grandmother at the market with household chores and also washes her with a towel, which makes him feel embarrassed. He also installs a webcam near the altar to watch the living room. In case his grandmother needs help, he can see it on his phone. With the help of the grandmother's younger son, they install handrails in the bathroom. As he is about to leave, the son wants to pick one of the berries near the house, but his mother forbids him. He asks for money, but Amma refuses. When her son has left, the grandmother confesses to her grandson that she is glad not to see her son for a long time, because as long as he is doing well, he does not remember her. Soon after, they go to the suburbs where Kiang lives. He wants his mother to move in with him so that he can take care of her. Although the eldest son has arranged a separate room for her, she is not too thrilled at the prospect of making his life more difficult. M is also not happy about this turn of events, but he silently accompanies his grandmother. They take the train to the temple to pray. During the ceremony, visitors write their prayers to the gods on special cards. The grandmother, dictating her request to her grandson, mentions all her relatives, including him. On the way out, the boy notices that Kiang, his wife and daughter, did not mention his grandmother. The old woman replies, "They have their own family to take care of first." The boy says that his uncle only pretends that his grandmother is important to him. It's all about the inheritance. M himself asked the gods for his grandmother to win the lottery of fate and recover from cancer. On the way back, Kiang asks if his mother will have time to prepare for the move by Sunday. She nods in agreement. Then she and her grandson go to a store to buy new shoes. While in the store, the grandmother suddenly asks if her grandson is also taking care of her for the sake of her inheritance. He gives her an ambiguous answer. Later, during another chemotherapy session, Amma notices that her hair is falling out. M uses the filters on her phone to cheer her up. However, her grandmother has to shave her head. After returning home, where they play cards, Amma says that the main problem with the holidays is that she habitually cooks for the whole family, and then there is a lot of food left over because the children do not come. She also thanks her grandson for spending time with her. On Sundays, none of the children visit Amma. The older Kiang is annoyed that his mother has changed her mind about moving. So is sleeping in after the night shift, and Soe, as the hidden camera showed during the last visit, stole his mother's stash from the bank. An angry M asks Soe's uncle about the situation and learns that he owes a lot of money because of gambling. To help him out, M gives him a silver belt that he inherited from his paternal grandfather. In exchange, he asks his uncle to disappear for a while, pretending to go out of town. M tells his grandmother about his uncle's debts. So, when a stranger knocks on the door, she asks her grandson to hide, thinking that a creditor has come. It turns out that they came for an advertisement about the sale of the house. Amma realizes that M has put her house up for sale, even before she died. She does not say anything to her grandson. After giving him a shirt for the interview, Amma plucks a pomegranate from a tree near the house. She tells him that she planted this tree on the day he was born. It is his age. When M was a child and found out about it, he asked his grandmother not to give the fruit of the tree to anyone but him. She has honored this request all these years. Later, they go to visit their grandmother's brother, who has become rich because his parents left him all their property, even though she was the one who took care of them. Amma asks him for 1,000,000 baht to buy a cemetery plot, but he refuses. On the way home, he tells his sister that it doesn't matter where she is buried, she is dead anyway. Amma replies that relatives will be more willing to come to a grave in a nice place. The chemotherapy courses end with another visit to the doctor. The doctor says that the treatment has not worked. So can't hold back her tears, and M tries to calm her grandmother down by falsely pretending to be optimistic. But the deception does not work. Amma realizes that the disease is progressing. That night, the guy hears her having a nightmare. Suffering from pain, she prays that her ancestors will take her to their home. At the next examination, Kiang asks So about the documents for her mother's house. He says that it is better to resolve this issue in advance. So admits that her mother had asked her to put the house in Soe's name when she was alive so that he could pay off her debts. M is stunned, but cannot do anything about it. It was her will. However, as he wheeled his grandmother out of the hospital and into the parking lot, he asks why she didn't leave the house to him. Is he less worthy than Soe, who is in debt? Offended to the core, M reminds her that her parents did the same thing. They left everything to her brother. He then walks away. He returns home, continuing to stream from his phone, without having bought back his sold computer. His mother says that his resentment towards his grandmother is very similar to Kiang's behavior. He also said that he would not even attend her funeral. So also admits that she took care of her mother not out of lust for inheritance, but out of family love. Amma does not receive anyone at home. M watches the surveillance footage, feeling deeply guilty. He rewinds the video to the moment when the movers take away his grandmother's belongings. Soe sold the house and sent his mother to a nursing home. Unable to bear it, the boy goes to his grandmother's house. He meets Soe, who offers money for taking care of the old lady. M refuses, reminding his uncle that no one will help him after his mother's death. M goes to his grandmother to tell her that he is taking her home. Together with So, they organize the care of her grandmother at their home. Kiang brings his daughter to visit her grandmother, but he stays in the car out of resentment. Then M tells him that when he was young and sick, Amma prayed for his health. As a sacrifice, she gave up beef and hasn't eaten meat since, sacrificing it for her son. After these words, Kiang enters the house to visit his dying mother's bedside. That evening, M sits down next to his grandmother and takes her hand. Realizing that she is dying, he sings her a lullaby, the same one she used to soothe him after nightmares as a child. When he finished singing, his grandmother died quietly. Soon after, M receives a phone call from the bank. His grandmother had left a savings account in his name. Finding the documents, the boy recalls how, as a child, his grandmother used to say that she would save him money for good grades. Little M promised that when he grew up, the first thing he would do was buy her a nice house to replace the old one. M withdraws the money from the account. Together with his family, he transports the coffin with his grandmother's body around the city, telling her what places they pass. The road leads to an elite plot in the cemetery where his grandmother dreamed of being buried. Her grandson used her savings to buy her this place, just as she wanted. During the next holiday, the whole family comes to visit her. As they scatter the petals on the grave, M remembers his grandmother's instructions and joins his cousin, feeling the gusts of wind gently touch him, as if his grandmother were stroking him for the last time. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klonsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.